Hello, this is my new vlogging position. I managed to get my guitars up on the wall, and this is my practice area now. But yeah, that's not what this is about. Laurie, it's kind of a response to the video. I've just watched your transgender video about your child. I don't know how far down the line Millie has gone, whether I'm going to use they for the time being, would be wanting, I presume the pronouns are going to have to change. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just a couple of observations about your video. No judgment, no, it is what it is. You're going to deal with this in the way that you see fit. You'll handle it in your own time. And I'm just going to, you put a video out there, so yeah. What I will also do though is I will make this video unlisted on YouTube, and I will just post the link to the video below your VH video. That way you have control over who sees it and stuff. So yeah, a couple of observations. I'm interested, genuinely interested in, and I'm trying to put myself in your position. I know we come from two radically different backgrounds, radically different thoughts on this type of thing. I can honestly say that I reckon if Kira were to come into me, she's 22 years of age, come into me in 5 years' time to say that she was transitioning, my one and only concern would be that she was happy. That would be it. I don't need to understand it. I don't need to agree with it. The only concern is that she's happy. And I would support her 100%. Because I have had interaction with people who are transitioning, I think I've got a bit more of a handle on what can be going on in the mind or within their life, which obviously makes me and our family more able to deal with it. I think, maybe not, but yeah, my one and only concern would be that she or he, depending on the transition, is happy. You had said that I was going to make notes, but I don't want this video to drag on. I've just literally just finished watching your video, and this is just an instant reaction to it. You had said that, my instinct here is to call her she, because if this is a decision that she has made, then I think that's important, that should be respected. But I'm going to use they, I think, to try and, because I don't want to make you feel awkward, Laurie. So you had said that they had given you a 3-page letter and you hadn't been given the opportunity. I think basically what you were saying, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, that this is obviously something that's been going on in Millie's, is it Millie, I think you said, Millie's mind over a period of time, and they had came to the conclusion and the realisation that this is the life they wanted to lead. Now, I think you're possibly right. I don't know enough about the situation, but they've quite possibly, there is a template out there that helps in this. I think it says a lot. Well, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here, Laurie, when I say that do you know, I'm sorry if this offends you, but I'm going to have to use she, because I'm going to, yeah, take it as you will. She has obviously felt, quite rightly, that this would be a really, really tough subject to sit down with you to discuss. So as a result, she has chosen to draft this or copy this letter. And I think she's not too far away from judging the situation. I think honestly that lots of your video focused on how this affects you, and that's not that's not where the focus should be. I am genuinely interested in where you've seen you went into a meltdown on Facebook. A couple of the videos you posted here showed you clearly not in a good place with this. I think the one main question I would ask is that where does that come from? Why does the thought of your son living the life that she wants to live, why does that upset you so much? Surely the most important thing is the happiness of your child. And I'm not saying that, obviously this is something you're going to have to come to terms with and all that, but the facts of the matter are that, you're saying that you made some strange reference to, he was manly enough at one point. You seem very, very, very quick to put people into boxes. And just because Will, is it Will? Yeah, of course. Why would I not remember that? Chose to go hiking and do all this sort of thing. That doesn't mean that this hasn't been eating away for decades. And you being the way that you are or have been isn't exactly going to be... It's not going to foster an environment of openness. If you were my mother and I was in the same situation as your child is, I don't think I would want to open up to you. And I'm sorry if that's hurtful, but seeing you and being the way that you have been with this and with other things, I mean, if they couldn't even feel open enough around you to get tattoos in a place where they didn't feel as if... Sorry, did I get my... If they felt as if getting tattoos, they had to hide them from you, for something as inconsequential as that, it's no wonder that if something like this has been bubbling under the surface for a long, long time, it's no wonder that they wouldn't want to be as open with you as you would like. And as a result, when you're saying that, why didn't they come to you at the start of the process? I don't think it's surprising, really. I really don't think it's surprising that they didn't. So, yeah, I mean, from my point of view, one thing I will say, Laurie, is that, I'm not passing judgment, because you're going to feel how you're going to feel, and the fact that you're being honest with it is a good thing. But, this isn't about you, and this is a massive thing in Millie's life, and you're either going to be a part of it and be supportive, or you're not. And if you're not going to be supportive about it, don't be surprised. I mean, I have to say, Laurie, that some of the comments you made about your ex-husband's new partner, I don't know if they're married or not, if you said that or not, about not aging well and all this sort of stuff. What does that matter? Do you think you've aged well? What do you think she would think of you? Very judgmental, Laurie. That wasn't a very nice... But that's fine. I don't know the history. I don't know what's gone before. I don't know if there's other stuff going on there. But one thing I would say, and you're right when you had said that you don't know what to offer. She's going out with Millie and doing the whole helping with makeup and things like that. And yes, maybe that's not something you can offer. Maybe that's not something you can offer. But at the very least, Laurie, surely you shouldn't be going onto Facebook and going on a tirade and completely alienating everyone. You know, you don't have to offer. Millie knows you, knows how you are. That's part of the reason that she is in the position now where she didn't want to. You know, I'm pretty sure she knew what to expect. So my only advice would be that just try and be a little more understanding. Try to, and listen, see at the end of the day, if she decides and she goes through this, I suspect this isn't something that's happened overnight. This isn't something that, you know, you had said that you wouldn't mind being a man because you want to be stronger. This is, you don't go to the lengths that Millie has gone to if this isn't something you're relatively sure about. Now, I don't know them well enough, and if this turns out to be something that is a phase or something that passes, then so what? It's still your child, and someone who needs to be supported and needs the love and support of their parents. Because if I suspect not, if she has gone down the line of hormones and, you know, tentative surgery, this isn't something that she has gone into lightly. But even if it does turn out to be something that, because there is people out there who transition, there's lots of videos of people who transition and they regret the transition. But at the end of the day, whatever the outcome of this, surely it's better to be supportive than being combative. Is that the right term to use? One thing I would say, Laurie, is your demeanour about this whole thing certainly has evolved over the last few weeks. You know, the way you're talking about this, and I know you don't understand it. Like I said, I don't understand it either. But just make sure you have an open door. Just make sure your door is open. And Mike said to you, the one thing you should do is let your kids know you love them. And that's it. That's the most important thing, regardless of how you feel about this. It's not as if she's doing anything wrong. It's not as if she's went out there and committed fraud or committed a crime, or, you know, it sounds as though she's just trying to live her life the way that she's probably wanted to for years. And even if it doesn't turn out to be that, then so what? You know, accept them for who they are, and whatever guise that comes in. And as for what your Republican friends might think, fuck them. Who cares? This is about the relationship between you and your child. And if there has ever been a time in her life that she needs supportive parents, it's now. So, yeah. But one thing I would say, Laurie, without a shadow of a doubt, you're at least opening up about it. And I hope this is a place you feel as if you can. I'm not going to go off in one and start, you know, because there's lots of things you said in your video that would be very easy to pick apart and have a go at. But I know you're struggling with this. And, yeah. I don't want to say it's not a big deal, because it obviously is a big deal. But, like I said, the important thing, it doesn't change the fact that it's your child. It doesn't change the fact that your child loves you and you love them. So, yeah. The only thing you can offer in this situation is, you're right, you're never going to be taking her out to get makeovers and all that sort of stuff. think all she's looking for at the moment, and I may be wrong, would be to be able to be yourself. To be able to be yourself with you without feeling as if she is being judged, looked down upon, or criticised in any way. And what's going to happen will happen. But I would much rather, if it was me, I would much rather that my child knew that I had their back rather than anything else, worrying about what other people think or whatever. Because she's got enough of that to deal with. She'll have enough of that to deal with in her daily life without having to worry that she's got that type of thing from her parents, I think. So there you go, Laurie. Short and sweet. Again, you know, what I would say is well done for, and I mean that, I don't mean it, and I don't in any way want this to sound patronising, but well done for opening up about it, you know. I know this is a big thing for you, but, you know, worse things can happen than something like this. And at the very least, the fact that Millie is looking to open up and try and be herself, you know, you've got to encourage that, I think, even if it's something you don't like. Anyway, Saturday night I have a guitar to play and some new Xbox games to play, so I'm going to go. Laurie, I hope you're well. I hope your date goes well, and please, I'm not saying you need to give us all the gory details, but please let us know how you got on. I'm sure you will. And yeah, you'll be fine. And just focus on your relationship with your kid. You know, your relationship with your child, and making sure that they know that you're there for them. Because that's really all we can do. You know, we're never going to completely click with our kids, but at the very least they need to know we're there for them. And I don't think going off on one on Facebook publicly and going into a tailspin helps anything. So yeah, I hope this was of some value, and I'm thinking about you, Laurie, I really am, because I know, and I've known you long enough to know that this is going to be really tough for you. But please remember that regardless of how tough it is for you, it's going to be even tougher for Millie. So yeah, right, I'm going to go, and I'll speak to you soon.